Principles of Psychiatric Nursing. First, introduction. The following are general principles that apply to the care of all who show behavior disorders, mental ill as well as physical ill is usually associated with emotional disturbance to some degree. These principles are based on the concept that each individual has basic needs: the right for value, dignity, the potential to grow. First principle is acceptance. Acceptance conveys the feeling of being loved and cared for. Acceptance provides the patient with an experience which is emotionally natural, where she finds an learning of her sick behavior less threatening. Acceptance doesn't mean complete permissiveness, but acceptance means setting of positive behavior to convey to her respect as an individual human being. Acceptance is shown in the following way: be non-judgmental and non-punitive. We don't judge patient behavior as right or wrong, good or bad. Patient is not punished for his undesired behavior. All direct, indirect methods of punishing must be avoided. Show interest in the patient as person by: first, studying patient behavior better. Second, making the patient aware that you are interested in him as person, not as a case. Third, seeking out a patient. Fourth, using the time spent with him on the things he is interested in. Being aware of his likes, dislikes. Avoiding a subject on which he feels sensitive. Listening to him. Explain when his demands cannot be met. Accepting his fears as real to him. Recognize and reflect on feeling which the patient expresses. The nurse develops skill in identifying the feeling actually expressed. Talk with a purpose. First, conversation with a patient must have a goal. Nurse's conversation with patient must go around his needs, wants, interests. Indirect approaches like reflection, open-ended questions, focus on point. Avoid evaluation. Hostile. Probing responses. Use the understanding responses, which may help the patient to explore his feeling. Allow patient to express strongly held feeling. It is better to permit the patient to express his strong feeling without disapproval or punishment. Feeling of anxiety, fear, hostility, hatred, or anger should be expected. tolerated, and allowed expressions. Expression of these negative feelings may be encouraged in verbal or symbolic manner. Self-understanding leads to understanding of others. When an individual is aware of why he behaves as he does, it helps him to understand the behavior of person with whom he relates. Patient behavior can produce a lot of anxiety or fear in the nerves, and he must be understand why he is anxious or frightened in order to be able to handle the patient. Consistency. Why consistency? Having a certain routine better that doesn't change from one day to the other. Areas where consistency must be operated. First, attitudes of the staff. Second, word routine. Third, defining the limitation placed on the patient. How should consistency operate? Patient to be continuous, exposed to an atmosphere of acceptance. Consistency to be maintained from nurse shift to shift. Permissiveness to be limited. Example, with patients who are homicidal, suicidal, hyperactive, suspicious. Patient is allowed to feel as he does, but limitations are put on his behavior. Limit. Its reinforcement requires a great deal of tact. Understanding should be done in a quiet, matter-of-fact way. The attempt to win patient liking, favoritism, is most dangerous for the patient. Reassurance. Reassurance is building patient's confidence or restoring his confidence. Avoid saying to patient, "You will get well. Your fears have no base. You are a nice person. All will end well. Nothing to worry." How to give reassurance? Be truly interested in patient problems. Pay attention to the matters that are important to the patient, however insignificant it may be. Allow her to be as sick as she needs to be. Be aware, accept how the patient really feels. Do things for patient without asking anything of the patient in return. Sit beside patient even when she doesn't want to talk. Listen to personal problem without showing surprise or disapproval. Agree that the patient has a problem and think along with her to solve it. Provide patient acceptable outlets of anxiety. Patient behavior is changed through emotional experience by rational interpretation. Major focus is on feeling aspect, not on intellectual aspect. Patient defense behavior against anxiety producing stress is based on strong emotional needs. The more beliefs are challenged, the more patient become defensive. Corrective emotional experience can bring about behavior change. Help the patient feel emotionally secure to enable him to develop use understanding of him own behavior. Understanding cannot be forced. Inside, understanding of one's own behavior is painful. Interpretation is only done when patient is ready for it, secure enough to tolerate it, able to able it to alter her behavior. Attitudes are also not identified for the patient. When she is ready to tolerate them, she will identify them herself. Unnecessary increase in patient anxiety should be avoided. What is anxiety? It is a threat to biological integrity of self-system, ego of the person. What factor, situation, topics, or approaches can increase anxiety? This may differ from patient to patient, but some general types of situation which increase anxiety are direct contraindication, direct contradiction of patient psychotic ideas, demands on patient which she obvious cannot meet, failure, indiscriminate use of professional terms, insincerity, calling attention to patient defects, threats, sharp command, indifference, lack of proper orientation, nurses own anxiety. Observation of mentally ill patient is directed toward a behavior. Why? Everything the patient does or says is observed, analyzed, to seek its motivation, to understand what she is trying to accomplish. Asking yourself what is the goal of patient care. Why did she behave the way she did? Objectivity is an essential component of observation. What do we mean by objectivity? Objectivity is an ability to evaluate exactly what a patient wants to say, not mix up your own feeling, opinion, or judgment. Objectivity is not coldness, indifference, absence of feeling, but it is an ability not to let your own judgment get confused with emotional words. How can you objective? How can you be objective? One important way is to keep indulging in introspection. Make sure that your own emotional needs don't come first before patient needs. Maintain an objective attitude in the care of patient. Indications of lack of objectivity in nurses' observation. When nurse is critical to patient, defending or justifying herself, demanding that patient should treat her in certain way, evaluating patient behavior as right or wrong. Nurse needs to be honest with her. Note, self-understanding can help the care provider to be more objective. Maintain professional relationship. A professional relationship focuses upon the personal and emotional needs of patient and not on nurse's needs. Such a relationship is therapeutic oriented, is always based on patient need. Nurse keeps analyzing the interaction between herself, the patient, to prepare herself to guide the patient towards mature behavior. Nurse must differentiate between patient demand actual need. Verbal physical force must be avoided if possible. Any kind of force applied on patient results in psychological trauma. If the nurse is knowledgeable in predicting patient behavior, she can prevent an honest of undesirable behavior if force needs to be used. Carry out the procedure quickly, firmly, efficiently, with adequate help. Anger or annoyance should not be shown. No verbal comments should be made during the procedure except to tell the patient. Never let the patient feel that she is being punished. Attend to her needs as usual. Never remind the patient again about the incidents. Nursing team must have self-control, understanding in carrying out the procedure. Nursing care centered on patient as a person, not on control of symptoms. Every behavior symptom is meaningful. Two patients showing the same symptoms may be expressing different needs. Analyzing and study of symptoms are necessary to reveal their meaning and their significance to the patient. Routine procedures explained at patient level of understanding. Every patient has a right to knowing what is being done, why it is being done. Every procedure should be explained at her level of understanding. Many procedures are modified, but basic principles remain unaffected. For example, enema, surgical dressing, catheterization, given medication. Discussion of personal relationships and personal values should be initiated only by the patient. The social structure of institution and the ward unit should be organized to promote social participation on the part of the patient. Thank you.